cool if Texas just seceded from the Union and was like, we're done? Yeah. I would be like, you know what? Good for you.
Yeah.
America is a great country. It's like the party is winding down.
Every morning with a cooler full of Budweiser and start drinking by the pool with us. And I'm like, this guy is awesome. No wonder he left. I would never want to raise kids if this is what my life is going to be like.
Chris hates anytime I say certain things because he knows that somewhere later on he's going to have to hit a lot of buttons to make that go away.
Oh, we can't talk about COVID. We can't talk about buttholes. We can't talk about the N-word. What else?
You like pretzels? Oh, hello, Rob White here for yet another episode of Who the F is Rob White. We are tattooing today this cool design, Born to Booze, because that's fun and good stuff. My guest on the show, Donny Roy. Donny, say hello to that camera behind.
Hi, I'm Donny Roy. I'm born to booze.
It sounds like the beginning of like the worst like Discovery
Before it all
Channel,
goes downhill.
I'm Donny Roy. Welcome to Born to Booze.
Yeah.
He just gets drunk and smacks his truck into a pole.
It's like that documentary that follows drug addicts for 20 years until they all die. Just
Yeah,
in
but this
jail.
one's encouraging you. It's
I'm excited to say I'm here.
You know what? I'm excited that you are here. Well, let me get this set up here, fire up the old tattoo machine, and do some stuff. Make sure this is all working. Oh, yeah, listen to that.
Ooh.
It's a rotary machine, but somehow my rotary machines are still really loud.
Thing's buzzing.
Yeah. You gotta make sure you put it in there. It's like, All right, Donny. Are you ready? Are you ready for this shenanigans?
I'm ready for my first thigh tat.
Can you? I love how you have your ska shoes on. Can they see that? I bet you they can. No, they can't. All right, never mind. Born to Booze. Did we spell that correct? That's a good question, right?
That would be really funny.
B-O-R-N.
Born, T-O-B-O-O-Z-E.
Yeah,
exclamation mark.
Nobody likes when you spell something wrong. It's literally it's the worst thing you could do in tattooing.
Hit a nerve right there. My leg just twitched.
Yeah, you're gonna be just fine. Well, welcome back. It's been a little while since the last time you got tattooed, right?
It has. When's the last time I got a tattoo? It was the one on my... What did I get? Yeah, it's been years since I got one. Oh my God, like 2018. It was like 5 years ago.
I love doing this because it's so hard to... People don't realize when we're doing this, like, because a lot of people are just talking like it's no big deal. Like, no, this actually hurts. So you're getting tattooed and trying to, like, talk, and it's like, I don't want to talk.
That's why I picked, like, the place that I thought would hurt the least. Like, let me get my elbow tatted while I have a conversation with Rob.
People are wild. They get some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
I did Neil Rubenstein's hand, and watching back on some of the clip, like, you could see there was just moments where he was just like, whoa!
Yeah.
Oh, that's...
You hitting sore spots? Yeah, this is like a test in
definitely
podcasting right here.
Yeah, it's definitely a... It's definitely a lot of fun.
Yeah, tattoos are cool. I like art.
Yeah, tattoos are silly.
Yeah.
I don't know why we do this to ourselves. I guess it's just like... I feel like tattooing is one of these things that goes back to like a time when people were like known for their scars.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like that's where it had to originate from. Just the whole notion that like, you know, oh, there was just some tough warrior and he just wandered around and everyone knew him from his, you know, whatever, his scar or missing testicle or whatever it was. And they just, you know, oh, there goes Ragnar the ball bag. And, you know, and that's how he got his nickname or what have you. And I feel like that's why tattoos became a thing of like, oh, we can make our own like fake scars and do like so.
Yeah, and now everyone's going to look at this one and go, oh, there goes that guy with hereditary alcoholism.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, just commemorating your drinkiness.
And Pabst Blue Ribbon, what a great way to do it.
PBR,
the best beer, the best cheap beer there is. Sponsor me, PBR.
Sponsor you. Well,
in AA.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Oh God. Oh, so we should probably let's talk about who. And no one knows who I am. I'm a nobody, but like I mean,
Yeah, who the F is Rob Blade?
You're the brand newest comic that's on the show.
It's true.
Yeah, I mean, as far as
I am
like,
new at this.
yeah, you are. You are newer than. I mean, everybody on the show is kind of like we're all nobodies. Like I'm not. It's not like I got Tom Segura and Bert Kreischer coming in here next week. We're all just floating around in this pool of Long Island comedy ooze.
The local scene.
But it's a fun scene, and now my remembrance of how you got started in this had to do with Joe Winchell, who was our first guest on the show. And if I'm correct, you were at an open mic and you were like, "Hey, I want to do this."
No, so I showed up to the open mic after I asked them where to do this.
Oh,
so
okay.
I watched you, Billy Geyer, and Joe Winchell on a Terry show
Oh my God.
at McGuire's, and then I had already been talking to my wife for a while. I was like, you know what, I think I want to do this comedy thing. I was writing jokes for like 8 months, not doing anything with them.
Yeah.
Like I was just making a stockpile of them just in case. And I found out I got the courage to ask a guy who I thought was funny when I met him, which was Joe Winchell.
But now
and then I got to know
he's
him.
not funny.
Yeah, but I was like, he gave me good advice though. He goes, I asked him like, where do I go to start this? He goes, you got Facebook? Go on the Long Island Facebook comedy page. I'm like, okay. And then I showed up 3 days later to Royals Bar and Billiards.
That's the craziest thing. So that's wow. All right.
That was it.
It's coming full circle. That's
He was like,
insane.
holy shit, no one ever shows up when I tell him what to do.
Yeah, but like, unlike most people, like, you're good at this. So it's
Oh, shut up.
no, you're good at this.
Shut up.
There are a lot of motherfuckers who are like, I want to do comedy, and then they come and they do it, and you're like, and you get mad. You're like, I'm so mad. Why are they at the open mic? You know what I mean?
Yeah. They're taking up a good 5 minutes from me.
No, I'm not gonna lie. There are people that are at the open mic, and I'm just like, well, I know this is their weekend thing. Like, I just go down and do some yuck jokes. But for me, like the open mic is like I have to practice new bits.
That's
You know
your
what I mean?
laboratory.
I'm not gonna go into Governors, or Sticks and Stones on a weekend show and be like, hey guys, what do you think of this premise? So you go down and you do that at the open mic, and that's where, I don't know. I feel like if I can get a couple of regulars at the bar or a couple of comics to laugh, I'm like, this thing might have some legs,
Yeah.
But anyway, no, back to your thing. So you went down and you actually took Joe Winchell's advice.
Yeah, which I don't recommend anybody do, but
Never.
it worked out for me.
It's somehow, I mean, by the grace of God, you made it through, and you're here, and you did it, and you're doing well. Like, you're having fun. So now you've been officially doing comedy for how long now?
A year and a half almost.
Wow.
I know, crazy.
That's crazy
Time
shit.
flies.
And so what's your feeling on the whole thing?
It's fun, man. I'm having a good time.
So is this going to be, like, your thing?
I think so.
mean, that's a stupid thing to ask, because some people do it and they're like, yeah, I like doing it once in a blue moon, but I've watched you show up to places, I'm like, why the fucking Donny Roy went to Brooklyn? Why are you in Brooklyn? You're like, no, I actually want to do this. Like, no, you really seem to like find the shows, which is, I think, the difference between being just a guy that's a hobbyist and someone that really wants it. It's like you're really out there looking for like good shows and good producers and stuff. No, I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I do my best to try to like set myself up. I like doing stuff. I mean, we talked before. I started out in bands in high school.
right.
I always need to do something. I like getting on stage, doing anything, and making people laugh is way better than like screaming into a microphone about my sad life.
Well, it kind of is the same thing. I mean,
Actually, it is. It's just a different medium,
Sort of screaming into a microphone. Well, you're usually pretty even keel on there. Usually, you don't go like ape shit or say anything too crazy. Except for like the other week, we did Sticks and Stones in the Hamptons, and there was these two old crones.
Oh my God, these bags, man. I call them hags in the beginning of the set.
You went right, because they
were bullying everybody, dude.
Everyone's set was getting destroyed by these two old bags of shit, and you just went up there and you were just like, yeah, you went up and called them old hags, and they totally didn't like that.
One of them booed me, and I asked, shouldn't she be fattening up children in her gingerbread house before she cooks and eats them?
Right, that's what it was. Solid.
I like that one. Yeah, it was fun.
Solid kick right in the crotch there, And
then she kept interrupting the rest of everybody's sets, including yours, the headliner.
Yeah, she did. She went through and she was just like a beast. And the crazy part about it is she was literally dressed like Cruella de Vil. Like, I mean,
she had a fur coat and a fur hat.
She did.
She had the combo.
The one point I remember I said, I was like, lady, shouldn't you be like out there making a dog, making a coat out of dogs?
Your Dalmatians. She got all
mad, like, ah.
Yeah. Well, that was after the 5th can of wine. That's when the anger starts.
Oh, she was totally. You know what the problem with these old people that show up to the shows that don't have a sense of humor? I'm gonna say that because I've had some older people that have been amazing.
Yeah.
But there are a lot that show up and they're mad because it's like, he's not like Jackie Gleason. He doesn't sound like.
Yeah.
Well, of course I don't. Why would I?
This guy's not Jerry Seinfeld.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna go out there and dance to the fucking Hucklebuck with Art Carney. All right,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's not. But they get all mad about it, and my whole line. I even think I said it that night to the comics was like, listen, here's the thing. If you're doing comedy and you're trying to make it, you're trying to build an audience, okay?
Yeah.
And by the time that I start to, like, get somewhere, Edna's going to be dead. You know what I mean? So it doesn't really make sense for me to invest in Beatrice or Florence's.
Yeah, it's not for them.
You know, and go up there and do old-fashioned Henny Youngman, you know, bits.
Well, when Joey Winchell, he opened the show, and as soon as he talked about buttholes, the woman was like, "That's not funny."
Here, a butthole is pretty funny.
Buttholes are funny. Get over it, old ladies.
Have you ever really looked at a butthole? It's just
I've looked at buttholes.
A portal to another world.
Yeah.
A world.
Well, I've seen my fair share of buttholes.
Do you want to elaborate on that? I feel like that's
I like to leave it a mystery.
Leave it a mystery. Did you see
for the YouTube audience?
For the folks at home.
Buttholes are tight.
Donnie's actually a war hero.
It's true.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding. Shut up.
The buttholes was that from? Did you see the assholes in war? Were they war holes? How did you see?
Yeah, Warhol. I just thought about it. Warhol.
Warhol.
Yeah.
Andy Warhol.
No, dude, I just get down.
You just get down. That is.
I did have to see a lot of penises when I was in the Army, though. I was, in my time, I had been promoted to sergeant.
Right. Okay. So what does that mean? Like you have to just suck a dick then? Like,
well, no. So sergeants, they're eligible to be urinalysis watchers. So
you have to watch a dude pee?
Oh yes, and actually by the definition, because we get drug tested all the time. There's no drugs in the military, Mr. Rob White. They learned from Vietnam.
Right. You were, what? You were an MP, right?
I was an MP. Yeah.
So they hated you, right?
It's the most hated job in the Army.
Most hated, right?
Yeah, we're the cops of the Army.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I know. Yeah. People were very mean to me.
You were like, blue lives like matter.
Yeah, and then I got out. I was like,
you're like double cop at that point.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
Except gayer.
Wow, that's like, yeah. So, geez. Yeah, this is an interesting. All right, so. Yeah, and that's where you learned about the butthole.
That's right.
Was in the military when you were watching to make sure that these young lads weren't doing drugs.
Yeah, that's what we check first. We milk the prostate.
Right.
That's how you get the truest form of drug test.
You have to do it yourself.
You got to get in there, dude.
Yeah, you can't trust them to make a stream and shit.
When I saw you pull out those gloves, I was like, uh-oh. I've seen this movie.
You had a flashback?
Yeah, I'm having PTSD up here. From all the buttholes. No, but you guys want to keep talking about buttholes? This is cool, right?
Yeah. No, we like to keep it strange.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Well, anyway, being in the Army was a cool experience.
I feel like this is not going to be in like the commercial. You know what I mean? I'm Donny Roy. You ever like to check a man's penis?
Yeah.
Like.
Hey, that's how they're going to get the LGBT community.
Yeah. No, but that's good now. I think we should have like a whole... did you ever see the Liberian army? It's not a real army. It's like a militia group. They're crazy. Like maybe Chris can throw some photos of them up in this thing because they're basically like what I would think that the future LGBT friendly military would look like.
Yeah.
Well, basically what it is that these soldiers just wear just insane outfits. Like there's a shot of one and it's got a wedding dress on and like a
what?
and there's like a Tickle Me Elmo backpack and an AK-47 and like a wig. Like that's what they wear. They wear just banana sandwich outfits.
Oh my God.
They're just jumping out of the back of like Toyota pickup trucks with like a half-broken AK-47.
Sounds like a school shooter.
Oh, it's so crazy.
Oh my God.
It's so crazy.
A wedding dress and an Elmo backpack?
No, there's one photo. It's a guy with like a rocket launcher and booty shorts, and he's just jumping out of the back of a truck wearing like an old 1970s motorcycle helmet. I'm like, this is what the future. What's the matter, Chris?
This is great conversation, Chris.
Chris, you don't
This
like
is what the people want.
None of this is going in.
Why?
Oh.
That's what they don't. You don't think that that's what the future of the military is going to be? It's just going to be like just dudes.
Gonna be librarians wearing booty shorts,
wearing like rainbow wigs, just jumping out of the back of like clown cars, just shooting fucking dick-shaped rifles and stuff. That's the way it's going now.
They're gonna be like
crazy.
Yeah, the recruiting ad is gonna be, "Why are you gay?"
You're not going to be able to tell the difference between an Army commercial and a Skittles commercial. It's going to be the same shit. It's going to taste the rainbow, kill the Hajis, like whatever.
Watch penises.
Military buttholes. The military industrial butthole complex.
That's what
warned
I
about.
was just about to go there.
Was it Truman or Eisenhower?
It was
I don't know.
Eisenhower.
One of those old white dudes.
It was his
like,
exit address.
Yeah. So you fought to. So to clarify, you were in the military up until...
I got out in 2018.
So 2018. So that's why. Okay. So you were defending freedom up until 2018, and then all of the military took off in 2020 to just let us get locked down by COVID, so there was no more freedom anymore.
Correct.
They were like, we're done defending freedom. You guys have had enough of that for too long.
Listen, all I'm saying is if I stayed in, that wouldn't have happened.
That wouldn't happen.
I would have stopped that from happening. I'm a goddamn American. Yeah, COVID's good too, right? Let's talk about COVID lockdowns and Democrats.
Dude, the COVID lockdown.
Toss in the Jewish lady.
I like to talk about
Tunnels.
I like to talk about the COVID lockdown now because we weren't allowed to talk about anything during it.
It was
Remember?
crazy. Yeah.
It was as if the communists really took over, like
Yeah.
like you're gonna talk about that. Chancellor Fauci won't let you. Like, yes.
Dude, I think everyone doesn't want to talk about it because we were all just blackout drunk the whole time because no one could handle it.
Yeah.
All those recycling bins were full.
I became like, I wasn't even, I was so drunk during that that I convinced myself that I was a whiskey, like, sommelier. I was like, no, I'm drinking like a bottle of whiskey a day for research.
Yeah, it's because I have taste, honey.
I would run every day. I would run like 5 miles.
Yeah.
And then I would come back and I would smoke at least one cigar and drink like a bottle of scotch. So it was somehow I convinced myself that I was okay. Like this was totally normal.
Yeah, you're counteracting it with the running.
I would run. I would feel good. I'd come home. I would turn on the news. Dr. Fauci would tell us some other clown shoe advice. Be like, today, everybody, from now on out, we all have to wear orthopedic shoes to keep like whatever it is, whatever he told us. He would say, everybody's got a circle, dot. Now I have my cootie shot. Like, okay, that's fine, Dr. Fauci, whatever.
Yeah. Boy, people are not happy with him recently.
No, they shouldn't be.
Because he's like, I don't know where we came up with 6 feet. He goes, somebody said it and I liked it and I don't know.
They were telling us like that it was the craziest time in the history of my that I have seen. Yeah. The craziest time. Because here's the thing, like if something happens, you get sick, I don't care what you get sick with. There's you have to go and get the opinion of your doctor, and then immediately your doctor's like, listen, we know that you have stage 3 cancer, but go get a second opinion from somebody else. You're like, but cancer's been around since the beginning of time, haven't you? Yeah, but this guy might say, you need to use whatever.
Yeah, whatever makes most money at that time.
So there's all these different alternative ways to deal with whatever it is. And with COVID, they were like, no, I know this has only been around for like 15 minutes. But apparently, the only way to deal with it is an old guy. There's an old guy named Dr. Fauci, and he's going to be the doctor to the entire fucking planet.
Yeah.
And we're all just going to go, okay.
Yeah, Supreme Fauci.
Oh, yeah, all right.
Yeah.
What about other doctors? No, they're not real anymore.
I don't listen to them, dude. Yo, I got my news from Joe Rogan, dude. I was on the right side of history.
I love how they demonized Joe Rogan.
Yeah, and they dropped the N-word video on him.
They were like, he said the N-word one time.
It was more than once.
Yeah, but if you look at it, it was all in the context of
whatever
of the conversation.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, and I still stand by this, and whatever.
I love saying the N-word.
It's got a lot of.
I still stand by this.
I mean, it cuts like a jab. But no, if you are going to have a conversation about something, in a not a how do you say it in a positive way, like an educational conversation. If you're having a conversation about a word, right, and it's not just saying it for the sake of saying, you're having a conversation about it. How are you supposed to do that and say it like it's a magical code?
Yeah. You know how boring Quentin Tarantino movies would have been?
How come, here's a good question. How come any mob movie, any Scorsese movie, they're allowed to drop it like 19 times, right? Yeah. But like if you're having an actual conversation about the word in a like an educational way, like, hey guys, like I saw a police video, and it was from like the 1960s, and the police were using the word on the radio, like dispatching calls in LA, and I was like, they were just saying it like as if you were like, oh, there's just an N-word over there, so we need to go arrest the N-word, and I was like, that's crazy.
That's like today's argument, like, how else are we gonna know how to look for?
I was just trying to talk about the sanity of what I had watched that night. I was like, I can't believe how racist things were in like the 60s. You don't realize how bad it was. Yeah. And then I'm like, you're trying to have last night I saw this video and they were saying the N-word, and it's like, oh, God.
Yeah.
Can we differentiate between someone using it to be a jerk or edgy or racist or prejudiced, and someone who's having an educational conversation on it? It's the same thing with other words too now. We're not allowed to use them, but like, how are you supposed to have a real conversation about anything if you can't talk about it, right?
That's right.
Not gonna... What, Chris? God! Chris hates anytime I say certain things because he knows that somewhere later on he's gonna have to hit a lot of buttons to make that shit go away.
Oh, we can't talk about COVID, we can't talk about buttholes, we can't talk about the N-word. What else?
Do you like pretzels?
Pretzels are cool.
Pretzels are nice.
I do like pretzels.
You know, I heard the other day that if you put some cream cheese on like a soft pretzel, delish.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, what a healthy way to get diarrhea.
A healthy way to get diarrhea.
I can't have cream cheese. Dude, I was watching a video the other day. My buddy sent me a video of this guy who fell off a cruise ship, was so blacked out and didn't remember, and he just woke up in the water in the Gulf of Mexico.
Oh, Jesus.
And he survived 20 hours treading water.
He was blackout drunk and he survived 20 hours treading water?
Yeah, if you look this up on YouTube, just look up like cruise ship falls, like he's like the third video down. This is country dude, and the woman's like asking him like, so did you have anything to drink that night? And you could see him look off camera, and you could tell he's looking at his lawyer. He goes, no, I got one free beer from winning an air guitar contest. He won an air guitar contest, and he said he had one beer.
Why is that so funny? I know what that guy looks like just from you saying that.
Yeah, he's got a country twang. He's like, I won an air guitar contest and they gave me a free beer. And he goes, all I remember is walking to the bathroom and then I woke up in the water. So he fell off a cruise ship, waited in the water for 20 hours. And then they're like, so how did you make it? How did you keep the energy? He goes, well, I saw a stick float by and I thought that looked pretty good. So I ate that. It didn't taste too bad. It was kind of crunchy. He goes, and then I just kept swimming.
He ate shit?
He ate a stick. He found a stick. A stick floated toward him, and he ate it. And that's how he kept the energy, and then the Coast Guard finally found him.
I'm just going to say, like, if I'm floating in the water, right, and I'm out there, and I'm floating, like, the last thing I want to do is eat.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit how many hours. I mean, maybe it's been, like, a couple of days, but, like...
He's like, I kicked a fish. He goes, I don't know if it's a shark, but I definitely kicked a fish. Dude, it's a good video. Shout out Connor Cavanaugh.
Connor Cavanaugh.
He's the one that showed me that. It's ridiculous.
Connor Cavanaugh.
He's a good boy.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. So I've just been on a mission to find the funniest YouTube videos like that. I just love seeing people in the wild.
Oh yeah. No, there's some people that exist in this world.
Especially in this town.
Yeah.
I was just
in here. Yeah.
I was just telling Julie about the the hit and run you witnessed that one time. Was it a hit and run? You watched like or someone crashed through a fence.
Yeah, it was like hitting, like drive around a little bit. Like I was
Didn't drive around a little bit.
Yeah, I was looking out my window. I had lived in an apartment, second floor, on a busier road here in Selden, and I was looking out, and this lady had driven I forgot all about this story. She had driven, like, I don't remember what the car was, like straight through a chain link fence into like a school like yard, and I was like, oh my god, what's going on? And then she reversed, it was dragging the fence around. She was just driving all just willy-nilly everywhere. She hit a car, she drove straight across the street, went right through the neighbor's mailbox onto the front lawn. And I ran out there in like my shorts and like a pair of like flip-flops and dragged her out of the car. I was like, what are you doing? And she was like, I'm sorry, dog is there. I don't know what that meant, but
I gotta take my dog to the groomer.
she was so upset. She was talking about like her dog being dead, and then her dad was dead, and like everyone was dead. And I was like, and the cops got there. I was like, you better go back and check that apartment because there could be an actual
a dead family.
we might have like, just imagine, like, this is probably the least of our worries right now.
Yeah, she's going on a dead family joyride.
I was suddenly with law enforcement. I was there. I was part of the team.
Yeah.
Yep, it was like Law and Order.
You kind of look like a fireman.
I was a volunteer.
Were you? Were you volunteer?
I was a volunteer. You don't know this?
No.
He's just putting me on. No, I was a volunteer, EMT slash, firefighter, fireman, whatever you want to say nowadays, and for my local volunteer department, and then I did that for 10 years. And then I left, and I came back, and I was fire commissioner. Actually, the district, which is like the whole of like the town and some of the other towns, district, it's a public vote. So I actually ran for public office, and was elected. I don't know what they were drinking when they elected me.
Yeah.
Because this is definitely not the face of like.
They were drinking Pennsylvania's best.
And I was fire commissioner for 4 years.
Yeah.
And that was an interesting time for the folks in this neighborhood.
Damn, who's the real hero here, Rob Lloyd?
Listen, nah. You were over there killing all the Taliban, right?
Nah, dude. I did a customs deployment.
Say murking them. You were murking the Taliban. What's the words we're allowed to say?
Dude, I was just a TSA slave over there.
TSA. I heard.
That was my job. I was a customs guy. So I had to check vehicles for like brass and ammo before they left like the port. I worked on an airfield, yeah. That was it.
Why did they give you a day? They give you a full day for that?
And a meal.
You get, what do you get, like, you gotta go to like Applebee's or some shit?
Nah, I went to south of the border, got enchiladas.
South of the border, they give you...
They give me free, and I think they give me free beer too. I don't remember.
South of the border, you're the Mexican military?
Hey, they respect us, dude.
The Mexican military?
Yeah. The cartels, you mean?
Yeah. When are you going down to the border? I heard that place is a nightmare, huh?
I went to, where did I go? I went for a bachelor party. I went to Cancun.
No, not like that.
I'm not going to the border. I'm staying the hell away from there, man.
Not like that, Johnny.
Yeah.
Down on the border. Make sure that it's okay down there. I don't know.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
Yeah.
Governor of Texas is just going to wrap all the Mexicans in barbed wire.
Would it be cool if Texas just seceded from the Union and was like, fuck it, we're done? Yeah. I would be like, you know what? Cool, good for you.
Yeah.
It's sort of like America is a great country, but I'm gonna say it. It's like the party is winding down. There's that one guy drunkenly babbling in the corner.
Yeah.
He's the president, you know. And then somebody else is thrown up. Someone's passed out. That's how it feels like America is right now. It's like, what's going on, Ohio? And Ohio's just like, I'm okay.
Yeah.
And everyone's just in there. And it's like, it's about, and I feel like Texas is like pretty good. They're like, hey, we've only had a few beers.
Yeah.
I think maybe it's time for us to, fire up the truck and get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, let's go find another party. And the other guy running the party is like, my party's way better. I walked into your party. I said, wow, this party stinks. You should come to my party.
That's funny. I didn't think it was going that route. Nah, we should just end it now. I feel like America should.
We had a good run, dude.
America had a really good run at being an empire.
Yeah, dude.
It
was all downhill when they made DUI laws. That's all I'm saying.
DUI laws. Driving under the influence is wrong.
Have you seen the interviews with people when those laws started coming out? They're like, it's unconstitutional. There's nothing wrong with having a beer on your way home from a long day of work. And they're like, first they told me that I got to put my seatbelt on. Now they tell me what I can drink on my way home.
Yeah, but that's the thing. People were just driving home and like ending up in the swimming pool. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
like killing kids, and they're
was
like,
just
"What?
so-
What's more un-American than that?"
There's like 7 kids on the hood of the car. Well, those were there when I bought it.
Yeah.
Don't get mad at me. That's just how Chrysler builds them these days.
Yeah, it's God's will.
Strapped to the front like a hood ornament. Or
Like a deer from the 70s.
like the garbage truck. You ever see the garbage truck and it goes around the neighborhood and there's like stuffed animals and stuff they put on the front of them?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
they
pull
just like
things out of
zip
the-
tied them.
Yeah, it's like a random Mickey Mouse tied to the front of the garbage truck. That's just back in the 70s.
Dude, that's what my dad's car looked like growing up.
It's what?
Dude, my dad was a whack job, man.
I think you had a dad though. I thought.
No, yeah, but I had one, but then he like just stopped being one, you know? You know how that happens?
I thought you never. Because you always make. Okay, Donnie makes a lot of jokes about his father not being there growing up.
Yeah.
So when you said that, I was just very confused because I thought you were like faking the funk. I thought you were like.
Oh, no.
I thought you came from like a good family.
you think you
and
just busted
were
me?
faking this whole.
Well, like Joe Winchell.
I never found my. Yeah.
Somebody was like, Joe Winchell's a closeted rich kid?
He's from Sag Harbor.
I know! And to think I thought he was Suffolk trash like me.
No.
He's a big faker, dude.
Yeah, he's got like
I think I trusted him.
Oh, they got.
This is a Joe Winchell bash fest on his own channel.
His family didn't get socks for Christmas,
Yeah.
for him, for him.
But no, yeah, he was around until I was 10.
And then.
And then he was like, peace.
Wow, so you think it's your fault though? Because he saw.
I was the last one, so probably, actually.
He was like, "This is going pretty good," and then once you started to really make sentences and come up with ideas, he was like,
yeah.
"It's over." I mean, what's this kid gonna do? You know?
Yeah, be a comedian or
He's gonna
something.
He's gonna hang out with guys like Joe Winchell and Rob White and.
I was hanging out with guys like you when I was a kid. I grew up in Knights of Columbuses.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Your dad was a Knights of Columbus guy?
Oh, yeah. He belonged to 2 of them, actually.
What? This is weirder as it's going on. So
Yeah,
I feel like, are we going to be okay to go this conversation?
Oh,
so your
yeah.
dad was like a good, like, Catholic guy.
If that's what you want to call it.
Yeah, but that's what Knights of Columbus, the KFC is like a Columbus, like they're all like, they don't just defend Columbus. You know what I mean? They do defend him, but.
Yeah. But they also tell your wife that you're not at the bar.
So
They do have very cheap booze at the Knights of Columbus as well.
So your dad was a KFC. Wow.
It's anywhere that had like $2 beers. He was there, dude.
That's crazy. And so, wow.
Yeah, that's where he'd place his bets. He's a big betting man.
Oh yeah, that's where it goes right there.
Oh yeah, Football Sunday. That was visitation.
Yeah. Visitation.
Anywhere we visited, it had to have a bar. So like a bowling alley or what do you call it? Jillian's it used to be, but now it's Dave and Buster's.
I feel like the outside world sees this conversation and they're like, this is like sadness.
No, it's fine,
and
dude.
people like us, I'm like, no, you don't understand. He got a lot of like good bits out of this.
Oh yeah, are you kidding me? This is the best thing that ever happened to my comedy
Gonna
career.
write a lot of good bits. Like,
Yeah, none of them are funny yet, but I'm trying.
now let me ask, did he abuse
Yeah.
you? Because that's extra
No,
points. No.
no.
Oh man, but if he abused you, you'd have so many more bits.
I know, but unfortunately, he's actually the coolest hang. Like I saw him one time in the last 10 years. No, I'm sorry, since I was 10. So in the last 19 years, I saw him once. I went down to visit him when I was still in the Army. My sister had got in contact with him, and I was like, all right, I'll come check him out. I'll come like see what his side of the story is. I don't know. I was feeling very forgiving at that time in my life, which we're cool. Like he's just doing his thing in Florida, and I'm doing my thing in New York.
It's like you guys broke up. Like
It kinda is, yeah.
Like, it's like you used to date your dad.
Yeah, it was like a
And your
nasty
dad,
breakup,
like-
and then you finally made up after all these years. Like, you know what, we were being silly.
You know, yeah, it's like you guys made a song and shit about it.
Yeah. A sad country song.
You wrote some Taylor Swift album.
Yeah, he put me. Actually, I brought Julia down when we were still dating, and he got us this like bungalow for the week, and it was really cool. Like he would show up at 9 a.m. every morning with a cooler full of Budweiser and start drinking by the pool with us. And I'm like, this guy is fucking awesome. No wonder he left. I would never want to raise kids if this is what my life is going to be like. This is so cool. He just ride his bike to the bar every day. Like I'm like, this guy's living.
Like
He's-
bicycle though.
Yeah.
Like bike. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like a
You
three-wheeler.
think this guy's got a license?
like a two-wheel bike or a three-wheel bike?
Two-wheel.
Two-wheel, he didn't drink that much then.
Oh,
Because
no.
the three-wheel guys are the ones, they can't even stand the bike up.
Those are the ones you gotta look out for.
Wow. And
Yeah.
he'd go there and pound it down, and then
Yeah.
he'd come, and then that's...
Yeah, he goes, yeah, he shouldn't have left. I'm like, yeah, I think that was a good idea not to do. I was like, wow, you came to that realization all on your own.
Jeez, that's... And so do you talk to him at all now? Still?
No,
Or-
I tried. I would text him on like holidays, and he'd never text me back. I'm like, all right, I guess this is done. I'm like, I got what I wanted, and that was it.
Well, this was a good...
Yeah.
This was a good run.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
You know, oh,
I guess the dad life isn't for me.
I guess not. That's an interesting...
So I got 4 siblings. We all joke about it. It's fun.
My chair is creaky. I need to, like, oil this thing. This sounds terrible.
Yeah, hit that thing with some WD-40, man.
Sounds like right before the Titanic snapped in half. You know? Like I'm sitting on it.
Yeah.
What? Why's everybody laughing?
You said you were gonna water your chair.
Oil.
No, oil my chair.
Oh.
Not water my chair.
That would make it worse.
What's wrong with you? You have water on the brain or something, huh? Can you still say that?
Yeah, what's the origin of that? Look that up, Chris.
Water on the brain.
Yeah, I bet that has a lot to do with...
This boy right here is imbecilic and moronic.
Yeah. I thought water was good for your brain.
Yeah, well, you know.
Not today's water.
Next thing you know, you become a water brain. No.
Yeah.
Water brain. Just some guy with a fish tank head.
Just like a fish swimming around.
Just a fish swimming around.
Maybe that's what it is, like goldfish head.
just a goldfish.
That's a good insult.
Just a
What's up,
giant-
goldfish head?
Hydrosyphilis.
Hydrosyphilis? That was water on the brain?
Yep.
Whoa.
Yeah, water on the
Yeah.
brain. It sounds a lot
You connected.
cooler than syphilis.
Yeah, hydrosyphilis. Syphilis.
Hydrosyphilis. Syphilis.
That sounds like something Fauci invented.
I
Hydrosyphilis.
got syphilis, so everybody's gonna have to wear, you know.
Everyone's got to wear a
everyone's
dirty
gonna have to
sock
get
on
a
their
bottle
nose.
of Aquafina.
You sound like Trump
Wherever
now.
you go. Everyone's got Aquafina. This is Fauci Trump. Imagine if they combined together.
Oh my gosh. They almost sound the same.
Everybody likes Aquafina.
I took a sip and said, wow, that's good water.
He has a great speaking pattern.
Yeah. His
I
cadence is incredible.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. Like, look, there are some crazy people that have done some crazy things in this world, but there is still some kind of like positive note for it. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Say what you want about Trump, but his accent, his it's so unique and interesting.
It's Queens. Yeah. I think we just, we grew up around it, so we just like, I don't know, we recognize it.
We don't even, no one even talks like, he's the only guy I know that talks like that, you know?
Yeah. It's like soft, but it's still New Yorker.
Yeah.
And then he just says the craziest shit.
Oh man, I wish I could support him sometimes just because
You wish you could.
he was so much fun.
Oh, yeah, the
in
first
there.
time around?
You know, like, no, I mean, like, take away all the fact that what he's saying might have bearing on your life and
Yeah.
and the government and all that, you know, whatever. Just the way he was for comedy, truly
Yeah.
amazing, you know, like,
Yeah.
you know, and that's not to knock Biden. Biden's great for comedy as well, in a different kind of
But
way.
nobody wants you to bring it
You
up,
know?
though. That's the thing.
Yeah,
People are like, oh, don't be mean to him. I'm like, he's the president.
He's got dementia and bipolar and whatever.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, but he's there. Like,
Yeah.
you put him there.
Yeah. I just love when he starts whispering. It's like, hey, it's good for the economy.
Yeah, he said some wacky shit.
Yeah.
They're both. You know what? Here's the thing, man. I just want a president that's not like 1,000 years old.
Yeah.
You know.
He could still have like ideas and stuff.
I mean, with the way our AI is going, we got about one president left before this whole entire thing just falls off the rails.
Dude, Skynet's
like,
coming.
Can we just like, I don't know, let's let Robert Kennedy be president. You know?
Yeah.
I like that guy. I
I
feel
like him.
even if because I'm a gun guy. I love guns. But even like Robert Kennedy's like, I hate firearms. I want to ban those things. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe. You know,
Yeah.
He's a good dude. You see him out there. He's going like doing falconry and shit. Like
He's a falconer?
He's got, he's
Oh my
he's
God.
a kid. He's got falcons, and he goes hunting with falcons.
That's hardcore.
That's what you want in the White House.
Yeah.
You know? 3 o'clock in the morning, some protesters out there. He's just like, go get him. Like,
Yeah.
whatever the hawk does with him, when he goes off and just attacks the. Imagine the president.
Small animals.
The president just comes out and he's got a fucking raven on his shoulder like Odin.
Oh my
He's
God.
just
Like a Game of Thrones character.
But they're like, yeah, but did you hear how he talks? He's like, wah, he's warbly.
Yeah.
I'm like, did you hear how the last two talked?
Yeah.
One's snoring and the other one's just like, I like baseball.
Yeah.
Baseball's always been something I've enjoyed.
Yeah.
Let
Rosie O'Donnell's a dog.
little warble voice
Yeah.
run the.
Listen, who cares if he sounds like he just got done crying for 3 hours? He's got some cool ideas. And he's got falcons.
I enjoy him.
Yeah.
Falcons. He's out there windsurfing and jumping out of trees and shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I follow him on Instagram or Twitter.
Yeah.
X.
Hey, you've been active on X.
Yeah,
I've been
I like
seeing you.
X. We're on X.
It's fun. It's
We're
the
on-
Wild
we're on
West
the
now.
old Twitter now.
It's crazy.
Tweeter.
Yeah. My feed is just people getting murdered and like.
What?
I guess it's what I
What
click
are
on.
you watching?
Dude, it's like I forgot like the morbid site. I don't know what it is, but it's just like I'm scrolling. It's just like car accidents, like people just getting hit on highways. I'm like, why is this what's popping up for me? No, just me.
So yeah.
Anyway, good tattoo, Rob.
Guess
White.
what? We're done. Well, here is the end result. We're gonna get a nice photo of that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, so ends another episode of Who the F is Rob White with my guest, Donny Roy. Any final words to say, Donny?
Clean work. I'm born to booze, and I'm ready to go do that now.
Well, that sounds like a plan. That sounds like a lot of fun. Thank you guys for watching. Like, share, subscribe, leave some comments. I'm sure you'll have some. And we'll see you on the next episode.